In the world of sports, few games spark as much passion, energy, and emotion as basketball. But have you ever wondered how it was actually born? Who invented it? Why? And most importantly, how did a simple fruit basket change the history of sports forever? Today, I'll tell you a story that sounds like a movie script. A freezing winter, a group of bored students, and a teacher who just wanted peace in his gym. This is how one of the world's greatest sports was born. This is how basketball began. The year is 1891. In Springfield, Massachusetts, stands the International YMCA Training School, a Christian school preparing young men to be future leaders. But there's a problem. The winter is so harsh that the students can't go outside for sports. They're stuck indoors all day, restless and irritable. Gym class is boring, repetitive, and discipline is slipping. Teachers are losing control. That's when a 30-year-old Canadian physical education teacher named James Naismith steps in. His boss, Luther Gulick, gives him a mission. James, I need a new game. Something exciting, but safe. Something to play indoors without breaking windows. You have 2 weeks. Naismith accepted the challenge. A challenge that would change the world. Naismith spent days thinking, searching for inspiration in games, movements, anything. Then he remembered a childhood game from Ontario, Canada called Duck on a Rock. The idea was simple. Throw a stone to knock another stone off a bigger rock. But it wasn't just about strength. It was about accuracy, trajectory, timing. That was the spark. What if, instead of knocking something down, the goal was to throw a ball into something elevated? That way, players wouldn't have to push or tackle to score. And just like that, the idea of basketball was born. With his idea clear, Naismith quickly wrote down 13 simple rules. Among them, the ball must be passed or bounced, not carried. Physical contact is forbidden. The goal, shoot the ball into a basket elevated high above the ground. But here comes the fun part. There were no hoops available, so Naismith asked the janitor to bring him 2 peach baskets. Yes, fruit baskets. They nailed them to opposite railings in the gym, 10 feet high, but the bottoms weren't cut out yet. So every time someone scored, someone had to climb a ladder to retrieve the ball. It was clunky, but it worked. Basketball had just been born. December 21st, 1891. The first basketball game is played. 18 students, 9 on each side. The ball, a simple soccer ball. The rules, brand new. The energy, chaotic. But then, in the middle of the noise and confusion, a student named William R. Chase takes a shot and scores. 1 point, the only point of the game, but that 1 point would echo for generations. That day, those boys unknowingly gave birth to a sport that would unite nations and inspire millions. Thanks to the YMCA network, the game spread like wildfire. By 1893, it reached Canada. By 1895, it had crossed into France, China, Japan, and India. Basketball became a sensation. Steel hoops replaced the peach baskets. Backboards were added. The number of players dropped from 9 to 5. And in 1936, basketball became an official Olympic sport at the Berlin Games. The guest of honor? James Naismith himself. Now a 74-year-old man, he watched with tears in his eyes as the world embraced his creation. What began as a solution to classroom boredom was now changing the world. Since that day, basketball has never stopped growing. From dusty courts in small towns to packed stadiums with roaring fans, from local pickup games to global tournaments. Basketball became more than a sport. It became a lifestyle, a culture, a global language. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Names that became legends. Millions of kids dream of flying like them. Millions more play for fun, for friendship, for love of the game. And it all started with a peach basket. James Naismith wasn't trying to make history. He wasn't seeking fame or fortune. He just wanted his students to stay active and safe during winter. But sometimes, the simplest ideas spark the biggest revolutions. Basketball wasn't born in a lab. It was born from necessity, from creativity, from heart, and even today. Over 130 years later, when someone hits a buzzer beater, when a kid shoots their first basket, when two teams shake hands after a tough game, Naismith is still there, in every bounce, in every pass, in every dream. Because basketball is more than a sport. It's a legacy. Over the decades, basketball evolved into more than just a game. It became art, expression, identity. On the streets of New York, in the courts of Manila, in the hills of Africa, and the arenas of Europe, basketball took root in every culture. It created communities. It gave a voice to the voiceless. It became a canvas for creativity and rebellion. Music, fashion, film, basketball began to influence everything. It wasn't just about scoring points anymore. It was about telling stories through the sound of a bouncing ball. Today, over 2.5 billion people play or follow basketball. It's played in nearly every nation on Earth, from the NBA to schoolyards, from Olympic gold to backyard hoops. And no matter your age, race, background, or language, basketball brings people together because it speaks in rhythm, it speaks in teamwork, it speaks in heart. And just like music or art, basketball is something we all understand. It's not just a sport, it's a universal language. If this story moved you, if you now see basketball in a whole new light, then share this video with someone who loves the game. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that reveal the hidden side of history. And remember, every great legend starts with a single shot.